Action codes not only can change values in fields, but also add and delete rows. In this video, we are taking a look at the automatic adding and deleting of rows. I added two buttons, add and delete. So far they are empty. Now we go to the action code of the button. To add a row, you have to use the insert function. It also available in two variants, insert and insert list. Insert adds one row, and insert list adds several rows. We deal with insert first. We will add into current table and then we need to specify what fields and what values they will have. For example, field 1 will be equal to DDD. You can see that this is a multiple parameter. Field 2 will be equal to 500. That is all. We do not use anything else. What are inserts? Parameter inserts returns the id of added rows. We don't need them in this example. After, if you have enabled sorting by field order, this parameter allows you to specify the id of row after which you want to add. And then there is log. We are already used it, to write or not to write in the log of actions. It works the same way as in set. Okay, let's save it. Save. Click Add Rows, and here is our added row. It appears at the top. When we reload the page, it will be in the order of its sorting. Here it is, we added DDD and 500. Now, when we want to delete rows automatically, we use the delete function also in two variants, delete or delete list. We say we delete from the current table and we have to specify a where condition. We can say where field 1 equals DDD and we can write or not write to log. For example, we will not write to log. When we use delete function, always one row will be deleted, even if several rows meet the conditions. Let's try to save it. Press delete and here the row is deleted. Now it's a little more complicated with list. If we want to add several rows, then, first of all, we need to use insert list. Second, in field we don't pass a single value here, but a list. So we have to use here list 1, for example. And here we use list 2. We add these lines list 1 and list 2. And here we create a list, list create, and we have to pass here those values in the order in which we want to add them in rows. So if we want to add 3 rows, we say item DDD, CCC, and item FFF. And accordingly the following list. The lists must be the same length. Here will be 600, then 700, and 800. The fact that there must be lists here is the basic difference between an insert list and a simple insert. Okay, save and see what happens. Here there are 3 rows are added. DDD, CCC, FFF, 600,700,800. Now with the deletion, the first thing I wanted to say is about the where parameter. If parameter where is not set, then all rows in the table will be deleted, but it's better not to do so, because it's not very readable. And if we want to remove all rows in the table, we have to specify whereas it is not equal to 0. This way all rows will meet this condition, because no row by id can be equal to 0. ID starts with 1. Also, we can use any comparison here. For example, I will select all rows with an id greater than 10, and here we must specify, not delete, but delete list, plural action. Rows 10, 11 and 12 would be deleted. Delete. Here id 10 left. All that is greater than 10 has been deleted. Now the next approach. Quite often it happens that you need to insert a very large number of columns and it's a bother. Especially when there is a possibility that you will have to add or change something. And the approach is as follows: we add a field at the beginning of the rows part. We say it is some data. It is a column. Next, it's a data type. We make them visible only for the creator. Let's place it first by the sort. 5. Click Save. Here we have the field data. And now we don't pass the field into the add. We pass everything we need into the data field. Here they are, the data. We pass a list here. Let's call it a list. This we delete. And then we make a list of 3 rows here. Row 1, row 2 and then row 3. Here we make row create. And we take field 1 to be DDD, field 2 to be 600, and we do not take field 3 to simplify things. Let's copy here. Here. And we have a CCC here. I'm constructing the solution manually, and you may get a select list from another table there, as is most often the case. Here we take accordingly row 1, here row 2, and here row 3. So we pass here a list of manually generated rows. And all this is passed to the data field. Click Save. Click Add Rows. We have here added data and field 1, field 2 are empty. Next we add codes in these two fields. We specify that the code will be executed only when added. We take the value from the data, and in field 1, we will take the element field 1. Save. Here we do the same thing. Field 2. The code will only execute when added. Here we refer to the date and take field 2. Save. Delete unnecessary rows. Add. And so we add data here, and then they are pulled up here by codes. The purple means that this code when added, and then the value can be changed manually, without any hands and other logic associated with the pinned values. This approach with technical fields is the most trusted one. And if you know exactly what you have a small table, there you need 3 to 4 fields to insert, then you use fields. If you have a big table, then you use a starting technical field. Practice and then move on to the next video.